Hi, I'm Dalton Johnson, and welcome to another episode of Yoga for Dads. Today, what we're going to be focused on is imagine you had a long work day, and you're coming home, and you just need to get that energy going again, and be ready to either be playful or just to revamp kind of the insides. And so, what we're going to focus on is a little bit of inversions, and then also a little bit of hip openers, and we'll flow to get the heart rate up just a little bit. So we can go ahead and get started. Just walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms to the sky. You can arch your back a little bit. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Interlock your hands behind your back. Take 2 breaths here. Exhale. Let that stress of work go away. Inhale. Exhale. And let your arms go. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back. Now, butt to the sky, downward dog. You can pedal out your legs. I'm going to tuck in my shirt real quick. Pedal out your legs. And then dip your right shoulder towards your left ankle. Now back to center, pedal the legs out. Your left shoulder towards your right ankle. Pedal that out. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Step your left leg forward, put your right knee to the ground, and come up into a low lunge. We're just going to sit here, really focus on pushing your hips forward. Make sure your knee doesn't go in front of your toes. If you want, you can put your hands here. If you want to engage your core a little bit more, keep your hands off. Be here for 3 breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great. Now, step back into a plank. Chaturanga down. Come to the sky. Oh, really feel that in your body. Really kind of get a little bit of movement in there to wake everything up that's been sitting all day. If you've been sitting, if you've been working out in the field or something, this little back bend would feel pretty good, especially if you've been bending over all day. Now come down. Downward dog. Okay. Now, right leg to the sky and bring it forward. Left knee to the ground. Now we're here. Really try to dive into this hip. You know, you have your toes untucked and you're just going forward. You're really engaging your core, engaging your glutes, and coming through. Inhale, long exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Once again, step back into a plank. We're gonna hold this for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Feel a little bit of burn in the core. Squeeze your glutes. Have that flat back. Really sink into those toes. Kick your heels and flex your feet. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga down. Get that nice back bend in. Oh. Come back down. Let's go child's pose. And when you're here in child's pose, just rock back and forth, kind of loosening up all of the lats through here, a little bit of the triceps as well. You kind of have 2 options when it comes to child's pose. You can put your knees out wide, about the width of the mat, and then you'll actually fall between your legs, which will allow you to open up more space in your lower back. If you feel you need a little bit more support, you can bring your feet close together, or bring your knees close together and go this way, and then dive into it, and then that will support your lower back a little bit more, prop you up. So it's your choice, whatever you feel like doing. I'm gonna go with a wide child's pose, and now we're going to move our hands out to the left, and this really dives into the right hand side of the lats. Try to keep your hips down and keep your butt from lifting up. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Now let's move to the other side. This really opens up the lats. It should feel really good. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Now come up onto all fours. We're just going to do some quick little core stability. Kick your leg out to the back, your left leg, and then come around. Kick your leg out and come back around. And we're going to do 10 of those. We're at 2, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's move to the right hand side, kick that leg back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Push up into a downward dog. Alright, kick that left leg up and through. We're going to stay here. Pivot your right foot just a little bit to about a 45-degree angle. That way we can dive into that hip a little bit better. And then bend that leg forward a little bit. We'll go arms to the sky to start. This should really be feeling the openness in that right hip. There'll be a tendency to want to keep your hips a little off to the side, but try to square those hips up. Be here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. All right. I'm just going to swap around so we can see the front. So we're here, really diving in, getting that hip squared up. Now we're going to open the arms, open up this back foot to being straight out. And we're going to dive into a warrior two. Really focus on the hip and the knee placement. Often if you have a tight groin, you'll want to drop the knee inwards this way, but you actually need to be rolling it out towards your pinky toe. So if you're looking here, you should try to get it so it covers your pinky toe. Okay? And then tighten your core and bring your hips down, and then into a warrior two. And we'll be here holding this for 5 breaths. We've already done 1. You can open your hands to the sky. That's breath 2. Inhale for the 3rd breath. Inhale for the 4th. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your front leg straight. Now bend into it. Arm to the sky. Opening up the chest. You can stay here. We'll be here for 3 breaths, or you can bring your arm behind your back. And then if you still need more, what you could do is you can come through like here, and then using only your core, you're stabilizing yourself. You can also just put your hand down to the ground. It's all up to you. Last breath. Nice. Bring it back up. Big inhale. Square your feet up. Arms to the sky. Interlace your hands behind your back. Forward fold. If you have tight hamstrings, if you've been sitting all day, maybe get a little bit of movement, swaying back and forth. Your hamstrings are probably quite tight. Release your hands and just dangle, put them down. If you have limited mobility and you're only here, that's perfect. Maybe put your arms out. But if your arms are in a place to where they're going to touch the ground, go ahead and grab your elbows. If your elbows touch the ground, then just kind of grab your shoulders, and that will help you out. Swing back and forth a little bit. Now, slowly come back to the top. Breathe to the sky. All right, now what we're going to do is do everything that we just did for that hip on the other hip, but we're going to do it all in reverse. Okay, so your left foot, point straight out. Right foot, point towards the top of your mat. You'll be here. From here, what we're going to do, put our arms out, and then lean forward. You can grab your ankle if that's where you're at. Once again, if you want to wrap your arm behind your back, that really kind of acts as a lever to open the shoulders up. Maybe you want to come on the inside of your knee, balance here, go to the ground. You can do a hand on the ground, wherever you feel comfortable, even if you want to come through and wrap and open up. All up to you. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. exhale. Now come up to the top. And really we're going to dive into that warrior two. Once again, tendency of that knee is to fall in. We want to actually open the hips, open the groin, and the way you do that is by getting that knee towards the pinky toe, but not over your toes, just towards it. So if you're sitting here, when you're lined up, you should be able to not see your pinky toe, but be able to see your big toe. Arms straight out. You can start with them palms down, look over your fingertips. Big inhale, we're going to do 5 here. Exhale. And then maybe open your hands up. Big inhale. Exhale. Keep that core nice and tight. Double check, look down at your knee. You're like, am I still covering that pinky toe, or have I drifted somewhere else? Make sure that pinky toe's covered. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Now point this back foot to a 45-degree angle and really twist those hips forward. Bring those hands up, and you should be really diving into that left hip now. Keep the core nice and tight so the pressure stays off of your lower back. Arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Now swing back straight towards the side of your mat. What we're going to do now is bring your feet in just a little bit. We're going to do a yoga squat. This is great to open up the groin. It hurts a lot if you're not quite there yet. So maybe get a block or something to put underneath your butt to support you. If you're inside your house and you have like a coffee table, maybe go to the coffee table and use that to sit down on. Also, a couch is a good size as well if you have limited mobility in the hips. So what we're going to do here is take your toes, bring them out wide, and then you just come down. You can do your hands here. A lot of people like to prevent the inward collapse of the knees by putting your elbows inside. It also helps act as a little bit of a lever, and then you just are working on getting a little bit lower with each breath. Man, I always feel this in the groin a lot. So be here, 5 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Butt up to the sky. Kick your feet in close together. Forward fold. Now come up to the sky. Arms to the sky. Oh, feels so good. We're going to go off to the right hand side, opening up the left lat. Big inhale. Big exhale. Back to the center. And big exhale. Off to the left. Really opening up that right side. Okay, nice. Now what we're going to do is a little bit of shoulder stretching. We're going to go cactus, down. We're going to try to do full mobility. Just working through here. We're going to do 5 of these. That's 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. Nice. Right arm across, arm up to the sky, kind of lacing, interlocking, weaving. This is kind of the goal. The goal is actually to have your palms match, but I don't have that flexibility quite yet, so I'm still a work in progress here. So be here for 2 breaths. Nice, bring them down. Shake it out a little bit. Now, left arm across, arm up, palm to the sky. Bring it towards your face, interlocking and coming here. Once again, the goal is to get your palms together, but I'm not quite there yet. So this is one of those things I'm really working on. Big inhale and exhale. One more big inhale, big exhale. Nice. Okay, stretch it out. Loosen the feet up a little bit. What we're going to do now is go for some of the inversions. We're going to start with the first inversion will be on our back, and then the other inversion will go to our front. So just full disclaimer with these inversions is that please take care of your body. I'm not there to help you, to spot you, or anything like that. And oftentimes a lot of these are done with a spotter. So if you have a wall to go to, usually a wall is a great spotter for you because you can walk up your legs up a wall, and that's really helpful. If you feel any pain during them, it's just probably from extreme tightness, and just tone it back. If you have any pain, tone it back a little bit. Okay? But there'll be a lot of load potentially on your neck, which is usually a point of stress for a lot of people, and that's just because of the nature of the inversions. But the stress comes from maybe sitting at a computer or having poor posture. So the first one we're going to start with is we're going to be on our back. So the way we're going to start is just by a couple little rolls, really kind of loosen yourself up. All right, I like to start by scooting my butt to my heels and then being able to roll. So I know that my butt and my heels are as close as they can get. Okay? So I get in here, I take a couple breaths, and I prepare for the inversion. So I have a pretty decently loose neck, and so I know that this is like a really good stretch for me, but make it wherever you're at. So if you need to kind of start just by lifting up and you're in kind of like this bridge pose, that's great. And you're like feeling a little bit of stress on the neck, you're like, wow, that's good enough for me, you know? That's great. Some people can kind of just go and do a really gentle, like supporting your back, kind of feeling where your neck gets a little too tight, and then tone it down a little bit, and then kind of like pulse into it. That's one way to go. Some people are like, wow, I have like a totally loose neck, and you can just come straight across and get into a plow pose and like maybe look around. Plow pose is great, really loosens up the entire back, all the way through into the lower back, into the hamstrings, and even the calves. That's the benefit of this pose. But since we're going for the inversion today, what we do here is we really engage getting our chin to our chest. You can use hands to support your back. You engage your core, maybe point your toes one way, flex your toes toward yourself, and just stay here. We'll be here for 4 more breaths. Big inhale, exhale. Big inhale, exhale. Big inhale, exhale. Big inhale, exhale. Nice. Now come down safely. All the way down. So, I would suggest doing a few of those. And I'm going to talk a little bit right now about why inversions are important. And so feel free to listen to what I have to say while you're maybe doing another plow pose, another bridge, or something of that sort. So if you just did that inversion, you might have actually felt quite a bit of release in your lower back. And that's because, imagine you're standing, right? You're standing up and all of a sudden gravity's pushing down on you this direction. But if you do those inversions, gravity's actually pulling every vertebrae in the opposite direction. So it really loosens up and improves your posture over time. Also, that neck stretch really warms up the entire neck and loosens up everything all the way through to your heels, which is crazy to think about, that your posterior chain, or what essentially runs from just below the cranium, like what supports your head, all the way down through your back, through your lower back, your lumbar, through your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, down to your ankles. And the human body is beautiful in that context, but it's also crazy to think that maybe if you messed up your calf, you might have a little bit of a tension issue in your neck. So that's why yoga is so great, because it opens the entire body up. So if you've been doing another inversion, let's bring it back. What we're going to do now is actually go for more of like a handstand. And so a common way to get into a handstand is, well, it's actually a headstand, not a handstand, is by doing what's called the tripod. So what you do is you put both your hands down, you get your head in a good position, and then go to like kind of like what would be a downward dog. If you were up here, right, this would be downward dog. You go down to your head, you get your feet here, your hands here, and then you're in a tripod. You go your knees on your hamstring, or your knees go onto your triceps, and then you just push up, and then you hold it. Once again, another great inversion. Really keep that core tight here. Be here for 3 breaths. Two more breaths. One more breath, and then back down. So, once again, that causes a lot of tension on the neck, kind of compresses the neck a little bit, but so much therapy for everything else. And so now, since we just kind of worked the neck a good amount, what we're going to do is just do some neck rolls to loosen it back up. So going in I believe this is clockwise view, go around 10 times. All right. Now go back the other way. And that's 10. All right. Palms to the sky, big inhale, exhale. All right, give yourself some little wiggles here, see how your body's feeling. As you're kind of feeling that out, work your way into Shavasana, which is the final pose. You just laid down long. We just did a lot with our body. Our body just got inverted. So our cardiovascular system is moving things around. As you go into Shavasana, I just want to say thank you very much for showing up. My name is Dalton Johnson, and this is Yoga for Dads. If you have any questions, please, or if you have any questions, or if you have any ideas of like, hey, like my body kind of like hurts in this area, or like I'd really like to deepen my practice in this area, please drop that in the comments below, or you can send me an email, which is on my website, which is in the bio of this video. So either of those, and I'd love to be able to help you out. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to get down to Shavasana. I hope you have a great day, and take care of your body some more.